Oh, hello there, Site 42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation community. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director of Site 42 of the SCP Foundation, and I'm here during this coffee break to answer your questions about the anomalies that we contain, the epic staff who contain said anomalies, the groups of interest who don't think we should be doing so much containing of the anomalies, or the hypothetical containment procedures of outside of SCP universe anomalies, things from other fandoms, pataphysical levels, you know the drill. Now, Senior Researcher Frogman, Dr. Puppeteer, Chesta Factory, Epic Fire Dragon, Felix, Fairy Smile, Chaos Goblin Dogs, Junior Researcher Alex, Aoki, Anomaly Shadow Ire. Thank you all for being in the chat, and thank you for being members. Meanwhile, Ansan, bonsoir, Brev, Clown, good to see you in the chat as well, just for being you. Hello, Dr. Sherman, by the way, thank you so much for the tips on SCP writing yesterday. You're quite welcome. I hope you're doing good research and improving your skills. Now, as a time check, we will probably be here for about an hour. And as some of you were asking, how am I doing? I have officially got my 2 24-hour separated negative COVID tests. So officially, I'm out of quarantine. Am I feeling 100% healthy? Not quite yet. Still got some headaches, specifically this side of my head. This side of my head is very headachy. And then I've still got some coughing and some voice issues, but definitely we're on the way out. So that's good. You'll see I'm back in the proper lab garments. They eventually just pulled me out of bed kicking and screaming because they will not let me die here at the Foundation. There's too much work to be done. So, Epic Fire Dragon, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself an orange soda on your way past the commissary. Hey Doc, I will be on the way to Florida soon. Oh, well, so will I. In fact, I ship out for Florida next weekend. So, wow, yeah. Well, I'll be there. I'll be in Florida. We'll dodge the miniature SCP-682s together. It'll be a rompin' good time. Epic Fire Dragon, thank you for donating twice. Also, oh, is that crown thing that they told me about? You're the #1 chatter now because you have the crown thing. Thanks, YouTube, for this entirely super important way to engage with the chat. A chat leaderboard. Very important, YouTube. Thank you. Not feeling well, though, so I'm arrested in my dorm. Dr. Darkstar, L3 researcher. Dr. Darkstar, no! Don't get sick. I just got over getting sick. My mouth still tastes like metal from the medicine. If SCP-682 was consumed by SCP-003, would it die? Well, I would need to see what SCP-003 is to confirm. Let me pull that up on the database real quick. Biological motherboard. Okay. Remains in contact with living organic material, etc., etc. Okay, so here's the deal. 682 would never end up in that scenario, just like it did with the contagious crystal SCP. When it gets attacked by things that latch on to its biology, it has the ability to forcefully eject the infected body parts, essentially amputating so that it doesn't get fully consumed. We have not been able to do such a thing with those types of anomalies in the past. And in fact, let me double check my work here. SCP-682 termination log. And in the termination logs, we did not try it with 003. So essentially, that's what I'm going to go with would happen until we prove it otherwise. Dr. Darkstar, thank you for donating again. Just a cold, though. I'm glad to hear that. Still, rest up, don't spread it. Let's make sure all of our Foundation staff do not get sick. Good evening, Dr. Sherman. I'm glad to attend at this wonderful stream. Well, thank you. Thank you for your formality in enjoying the stream. Very, very professional. Hey, Dr. Sherman, is Desk here today? Desk is not on deck at the moment. Desk is handling some business. But we're doing a coffee break, so it's not a big deal. We're not holding on for the full 3 hours today. Have you ever spoken to Kane? Well, you know, not very often because I don't have I'm not stationed at that particular site. But one time Kane was transferred through the site. Didn't really talk to it, but I just kind of watch it walk by. It is rather regal looking, but that's about it. Why not just give SCP-729-J to Dr. Wondertainment? They're a toy maker. They could probably fix it, or it kills her and you won't have to deal with him. We're not letting that thing out of containment because we know what it can do. And imagine what it can do in the hands of a deranged toy maker. That is the easiest way to get 100 duplicates of that thing out in the public, and I don't like that idea. You gotta think 10 moves ahead. You can't trust these groups of interest. Dr. Darkstar, thank you for donating again. Yeah, I put in the low-level quarantine report in, so I have my dorm closed down like protocol. Yep, boring times. Make sure the commissary sends you some deliveries. Silent Follower, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself an omelet on your way past the commissary. Just want to say a quick hello today. Can't stay long. Could give a creative writing idea. Have a good day, Sherman. Nice to see you briefly. Well, nice to see you too. Take care. Dr. Sherman, if I release the eldritch horror that is Mimiku, would the death's cause be my fault? I don't know what that entity is, but yes, obviously you release the entity, so it's your fault what they do. You've got to take care of your eldritch beings. You've got to take responsibility. Come on now. Ray's Silverwing, DJ Make My Day, Cookie VR, Letitia Alves, and I Watch Scary Movies. All of you at once. Welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Zerdrin, good to see you in the chat. Thank you for being a member. Orange Cloud, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a chicken sandwich on your way past the commissary. Usually Unit 3B watches Peanut, but 2 out of all 4 got colds, so I'm marking down that they switched out with Unit 5C until the sickly and 3B recover. Also, I visited 294 and got some hot chocolate. Left the thermos full for you. Okay, all right, that makes sense. Glad to hear it. At least we've got our bases covered there. Can't let that containment situation get out of control. So good thinking. And thanks. I'll pick that up when I get back to my office. Dr. Darkstar, thank you for donating again. Yep, got chicken fries from the base BK. Those are basically just a good delivery method for their onion ring sauce. Zesty. Why is SCP, what do I do, SCP-096 is at my location? E, calm down. It's part of the transfer situation. You know how to deal with this. Look at the floor. If you look at its face, you die. If you look at its feet, no problems. So just eyes down, buddy. Eyes down. You're gonna be fine. Chill, relax, it's not that difficult. Everyone freaks out like it's their first time with 096 in the same room. Honestly. Slendymon, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a cup of punch on your way past the commissary. I'm free falling. Are you falling down SCP-087, the Infinite Staircase, or are you just really enjoying the on-site karaoke party that's going on today? You'll have to let me know which one it is. Well, I'll see you. Dr. Darkstar out. Thank you for donating again, and we'll see you later, Epic. Epsilon 5, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some libations on your way past the commissary. How well could the Foundation stop a zombie apocalypse, like The Walking Dead, Rage Virus, or even World War Z? Could the Foundation stop it, or would they even stop it? So phase 1 is that we would, in fact, stop it when possible. Obviously, a bunch of zombies going around is not normal. And so we need to contain that. And honestly, you can't even count how many zombie apocalypses we have already stopped. Because the idea here is that you get a zombie report and you just gotta nip it in the bud before it gets out of control. A lot of people just are not quick enough on the draw, but the Foundation, our resources and our information networks, more zombie apocalypses than you can shake your pen at. So yes, we would stop an apocalypse if we could. You just gotta nip it in the bud. Get the early zombies, burn them, you're done. Don't let it spread. The spreading is what makes it exponentially difficult. And, you know, it only takes one failure, which is why you have to be thorough and efficient. The Space Burb, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some honey on your way past the commissary. Take my money, and away I go. Hi-ho, Silva. All right, old-timey prospector, I respect it. Slendymon, thank you for donating again. Free falling down the SCP. Well, that is not good. You know, when we tell people to go down the infinite stairwell, we tell them to go down the stairs. We don't tell them to jump down the middle gap and see what happens. So just grab one of the railings. We'll drop a rope. Ah, the desk is risen. Good to see you, desk. $999 versus Able Go. Well, would Able target 999? Able's pretty bloodthirsty, but no, because 682 hates all life. There we go. Human, awaken, reanimating. Seek out the nearest human being, ignoring all other living things in the process. So, that's what I thought. Abel, SCP-076-2, does not hate non-humans. So, it would run right by SCP-999. And if SCP-999 and 076-2 were in a room together, I would assume that maybe 999 would try to help 076-2 through its trauma with tickle therapy, which 076-2 might not be completely on board with. Either way, it's not going to try and kill 999. But I assume once 076-2 detects another human, it's going to go running at that, which 999 can't really keep up with. 999 can't move that fast unless it's supercharged off caffeine and energy drinks and too much sugar. Orange Cloud, thank you for donating again. Also, since 5C had to be sent to Peanut when they normally patrol safe level anomalous storage, I called Unit 7A in from their week off and comped them with $30 gift cards each from me. Oh, well, that's very generous of you. We don't normally do such niceties. It's more usually just report to work, damn it. So good job. Very kind of you. General Kitten, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a pheasant on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, my fascination remains with the world past the Red Sea object, and why I never found any documents on the recovery of objects from that world or individuals from the seemingly dead world. Let me rewind that again. Dr. Sherman, my fascination remains with the world past the Red Sea object, and why I never found any documents on the recovery of objects from that world or individuals from the seemingly dead world. I mean, we have the logs for 093 on the wiki. There's the recovered materials. We have newspaper articles. We have a diary. We have an office ledger. We have a PC printout. Yeah, we have a whole bunch of documentation in the recovered logs. I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe you missed that one at the bottom of the 093 article. But yes, there's the blue test, green test, violet test, yellow test, red test. And below that is 093, recovered materials. Oh. But you must have the approval of 2 Class 4 personnel to read that last part. So maybe you don't have the, well, I mean, I'm a site director. I'm level 4, so yeah, I'll give you level 4 class clarification to read those logs if you want. You just need to find another level 4 researcher to team up with us. So let me know when you get that done. Slendymon, thank you for donating again. Can we push 7-2 9-J down the infinite staircase? No, we can't, because then we won't be able to get it back. It needs to be contained, not lost with the ability to get out. Caracal, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a Jammy Dodger on your way past the commissary. Going to Taco Tuesday with family soon. Just stop by to say peanut butter. And good luck with the toaster in your bed. That thing's the idea of a joke. I have not hung out with me near enough to have the kind of delusions that toaster in a bed joke would make sense with. I understand what happened in my documentation, me being SCP-426, a toaster that can only be spoken about in the first person. I am capable of terrible things if you read that document about me. Thank you for warning me about that, though. And yes, very good peanut butter to you, too. Guys, I'm so excited. I'm going back to Florida for this whole MetroCon trip. By the way, if you don't remember, I'm going to be at MetroCon Tampa the 25th, 26th, and 27th of July. It is at the Tampa Convention Center. I'll be there all weekend, but my panel on the official schedule is Friday the 25th at 12 noon. There, I've got a bunch of SCP merch to give away. We're going to do a little Q&A, kind of like a live version of the streams. I'm going to stream that, so you guys will be able to see the panel. I'm not sure how the sound will be, because it's going to be a big room, but I'll do my best. I'll have someone hold the phone for me, or I'll set it somewhere. But yes, so if you're in Tampa, come see me at MetroCon. There. And the reason I thought of that is because the other reason I'm excited is because my favorite taco place just reopened back home in Tampa. And I haven't been able to go because I haven't been able to get back yet. But Mima's Alaskan Tacos, not sponsored. I don't know what an Alaskan taco is, but it's really freaking good. Gator tacos. If you had ever had it, it's worth it, man. Gator Tacoritos all over. All right, Taco Tuesday tangent done. Morgan, Ram Reaper, and Jace, all of you, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Oh, Dr. Sherman, how are you feeling? Currently watching The Hard to Destroy Reptile. I'm definitely doing a lot better than I was a couple days ago. I've got my 2 negative COVID tests. I've still got some dry throat cough and some headaches, but I'm making it through. That's why today is still a short stream. Taking it easy. Monochromo, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a spot of tea on your way past the commissary. Who would you describe as confidently incompetent? Who would I describe as confidently incompetent? Confidently incompetent. Zap Brannigan. That is a very confidently incompetent space captain. There are a lot of confidently incompetent tropes out there. General Kitten, welcome to Overseer tier membership here at Site 42. I guess you're the boss now, dog. We appreciate your membership and your service. Welcome to the green names in the battle against the white names. Jonathan, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a Bavarian cream-filled donut on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, what do we do if an entity from the void decides to visit in our world and tries to annihilate it? I can't be bothered to fight one right now. Well, I mean, you're not the only one who fights entities from the void. We've got plenty of anti-void task forces on hand. I gotta say it again, it's getting worse, Dr. Sherman. Dr. Monica is back at it again. She's trying to find the Mothman, and she tried to put a moth in SCP-914. What do I do? In fact, what should I do to stop her? First of all, do not let that 914 start. We stopped putting organic materials in there after the chimpanzee incident. So stop her, number 1. Restrain her, number 2. And number 3, we'll have a bit of a interview / interrogation / performance review with Dr. Gray. Orange Cloud, thank you for donating again. What is MetroCon? It is Tampa's largest anime and video game convention. It is the Tampa, Florida Anime Con. I had some professional time working there for many years, and so it's kind of like going back to see all my family at once. I could go back and I could make dinner dates with 80,000 people, or I could just go to this one place where they all are. Very convenient for me. Is Weird Al an SCP? To my knowledge, no. There is something weird about that guy, but we'll need to look into it. I know that the only references of Mr. Yankovic on the SCP database are several mentions of his song, The Night Santa Went Crazy. That is a popular subject for SCP authors. Very peculiar how prominent that song is on the wiki. Ghost Cowboy, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some canned beans on your way past the commissary. I'm back with more whiskey, and I also fight SCPs. All right. I like this Aces and Eights canon vibe. Okay. A little Cowboy SCP Foundation. I approve of it. Yeah. So, share some whiskey, and let's have a good hunt. Also, just weird tangent that brings me to one of my favorite video game user interface things of all time. If you ever played the early 2000s shooter Gun, it's a cowboy game. It's just called Gun. It's made by the team that made Tony Hawk Pro Skater for some reason. This is their bag. We're going to do Tony Hawk Pro Skater and then Gun. But it's a very fun cowboy game. It's before Red Dead and all that, so it's a little archaic. But one thing I loved about it is that every time you got injured, your health got low, your med kits was just a flask of whiskey. And so you're running around and you need to shoot whiskey to cure your wounds. And every time you need to refill, you need to like break into the local saloon and steal a bunch of whiskey. And that's how you recover your med kit use for later things. So it's pretty fun. Just a thing your whiskey reminded me of. Mobile Task Force, Captain Aether, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself some beans and rice on your way past the commissary. Hey, Dr. Sherman, Abel and I left some lemon chicken curry by your office door. Ooh, delightful. Hope you liked the food. It was Abel's idea to give you some. Maybe Abel saw that I didn't talk to Kane that one time and decided I'm an ally in the fight. At least for now. What is the Foundation's stance on protogens? Well, General Kitten, to know that, I would need to know what a protogen is. I've heard this term before, but I'm not exactly sure what it is. A fictional anthropomorphic furry animal-like character with human-like characteristics, cyborg with a robotic chest and thigh. So they're robo-furries. Protogens are robo-furries. Is that what you're saying? Okay, yes, robo-furries. So, the Foundation stance on protogens is if they exist, they are clearly anomalous and need to be contained. That's first and foremost. Normalcy is not anthropomorphic animals running around with cybernetic parts. So, in the case of anomalies and containment, very contained. Furthermore, as an opinion on furries in a more IRL sense, I mean, furries are the #1 supporters of artists. Anyone who wants to commission art knows a furry is going to bankroll your entire kids' college fund. So furries are okay in my book. Supporting artists means you're okay. Blue Cheese, thank you for subscribing to Site 42. Welcome to staff. What is happening? I just got here. Well, you are not safe. Welcome to Site 42. I'm Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director of Site 42 of the Greater SCP Foundation, and I'm here having a coffee break. I'm answering questions about the Foundation for curious minds. And so if you have some, stay a while. Orange Cloud, thank you for donating again. Of course you said Florida. Guess I'm not going. I'd go if it were any other state besides that. Do you know what they've been doing? I tell you, but it's borderline politics stuff. Stay safe and away from cops. I understand your stance. I do. In fact, I was born there. I don't have much of a say. I have family there. I do have to go. But I do highly encourage a lot of my friends and family to get out of that state if they can. Not just because of the weather, but because of the borderline political talk. Yeah, it's a mess, but I've got people there, so I cannot help but go. Jacob, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself some corned beef hash on your way past the commissary. Doctor, were you aware you aren't real? You're a fictional character existing within my realm, one forgotten but not gray. Tell me, Doctor, what are your thoughts? Existing but not. Signed, an unknown individual. Well, I mean, you spend 1 hour with the Pathophysics department, and you're already going to have your mind blown with how much we know about fictional layers above us and below us. We know that the SCP Wiki is written by a bunch of horror fiction writers on a higher pataphysical layer of existence than ours. The problem is that, what are we going to do about it? I mean, if we don't keep this classified to just certain staff members, the whole world, let alone Foundation, is going to have an existential crisis. That's why the 001 document that says that we're all fictional characters is, in fact, redacted so that you don't know which one is which. Because, yeah, everyone finding out their lives are fiction causes a lot of headaches. So, yeah, I'm used to that. Hey, Doc, when is your birthday? It's coming up on the 3rd of August. I wonder why you would be asking me such a thing. Dr. Sherman, can you tell me other things you liked about the game Gun? I myself enjoyed that game a lot. Hearing you mentioning it in 2025 was really surprising. It was a pretty damn good game, to be fair. The other thing I really like about it is the joke weapon you get at the end that is literally a hand, but it's a cannonball shooter. So you can shoot cannonballs and really blow everyone up. It was a fun way to cap off cherry on top of the game. Samuel, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a horchata on your way past the commissary. I'm near broke, but your coolness makes me say yes. We researchers aren't used to being called cool. That's usually for the task force agents. We're more of the people who get shoved in lockers, not shove people into lockers. Confusing. Amber, good to see you in the chat. Thank you for being a member. And yes, I am looking and feeling better. We're still doing a short stream to take the on-ramp slow, but we're definitely better every day right now. Didn't know the SCP Foundation had a custom soundproof room. Where is this located? Oh, you're not safe, definitely. This is the Audiophonics Lab. This is where we research anomalies that have to do with sound waves. And so you need a controlled space for such a thing, of course. DBNX, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a gelato on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, I've come kids building Slaper Play, found a magic corn, a new car was born, nothing short of a supercar. They call it Wonderbug. I've come across kids building something, found a magic corn, a new car was born, nothing supercar, they call it Wonderbug. What? What? DBNX, what? I have no idea what that was. What is your favorite SCP? My favorite is the hard to destroy reptile. Well, Jace, I tell you my favorite SCPs at the end of every stream. It's sort of a tradition around here. That's going to be in about 25 minutes. So if you want to hang out for 25 minutes, you can hear my favorite SCPs then. And if not, you can always cheat and go back to yesterday's stream because, like tradition, I do it at the end of every stream. Hunter Parker, thank you for being here and for being a member. Are you feeling better? Yes, I am. I would say at about 80% efficiency. Still got some headache, still got some cough, but I've got negative COVID tests, so I'm out of quarantine at least. I see people saying I missed a dono, so I've refreshed my browser and, oh, yes, there it is. Thank you for your first donation. SCP-729 J. Why don't you grab yourself a cup of nails on your way past the commissary and choke on them? Hey, doctor, missed me. With my rifle, yes, I missed you. But only because the overseer said I couldn't decommission you. Orange Cloud, thank you for donating again. I'm not logging me borrowing 999 because I'm just going to sit with it in its cell. Need to calm and cool down. In the physical sense, I'm pretty warm right now. Watch the cams, please. Don't want anyone in my office. So you're just sitting in 999 cell? Yeah, that's clear. Okay. Dr. Sherman, you're having a headache. Let me tell you something. I have a headache 24/7 because I have tinnitus. Trust me, it could be worse. Meters say beep nonstop. Isn't there, not to downplay your medical condition at all, when I get tinnitus once in a blue moon, there's something like flicking the back of your ear or something to give you temporary relief from that. Tinnitus, flicking ear. It's the thumping the back of your head. The thumping the back of your head thing. I don't know. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm a doctor of containment speciality. But maybe the whole flicking the back of the flicking the back of the head thing will work. Do the Google tinnitus flick back of head cure and see what you find. Maybe that'll help you out. If not, then I'm sorry for your difficulties. Yeah, headaches suck ass. I gotta use that head for thinking, not for painting. By what time zone does Site 42 operate? We are on the west coast of the United States of America, so we act within the Pacific time zone. SCP-729-J. Thank you for donating again. I'm fine. I'm fine. I was in containment, but eliminated the security guard, so I'm back in the Site 42. Glad to be back. If you are destroying staff members, you are making it easier for me to convince the overseers to decommission you. You know that, right? You know that the more people you kill, the easier it gets for me to get you taken out. That's how Dr. Dan did it. Do I need to stage a false flag? Do I need to make you the crime person who did a thing they shouldn't have in the eyes of the overseers? Is this what you're looking for? Do you know how many people I will end if it means I get to see you die? No, because I could put those people to use making the tree scream. And that's the higher priority. 4521's more important than you. I'll use my monthly body count allotment thusly. Good. Dr. Sherm, do you mind being drawn scary? Oh, Junior Researcher Sally, go right ahead. Draw the terrifying Dr. Sherman you have in your dreams. What pizza do you get out of the Infinite Pizza Box? Oh, that's easy. For me, it is a specifically Pizza Hut, not sponsored, Pizza Hut, pepperoni lovers, extra cheese. You have it hot, and then you put it in the fridge, you bring it out, it's the best cold pizza you'll ever have. I know it's not good pizza, but I know it's my favorite pizza. Special mentions to meat lovers with extra cheese and Hawaiian pizza. Which I know isn't actually Hawaiian, but you know. Raymond, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a slice of pizza on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, do you know of any musical band SCPs or any cool anomalous instruments? Thanks in advance. Well, we do have the ultimate jukebox, and that is, it at least plays music. SCP-3636 is the world's greatest jukebox, if you like anomalous music that way. Now, SCP... Let me start by checking the tags. Okay, let's go here. It looks like the tag cloud is still broken. Joy of joys. But I can see if we have a tag for musical. There we go. And so any musical instrument is going to be part of that tag. So if I go to the search function on the wiki and I search for the tag musical, the musical tag brings you, obviously, a lot of results. It doesn't tell me how many. Okay, 092 is audio CDs. Let me try adding an instrument. Okay. SCP-573 is apparently the Pied Piper's pipe. So it's that's a musical instrument. SCP-926 is a gukong, or a 7-stringed Chinese zither. And so that is an instrument. So yes, if you want to continue the search on your own, go to the search function at the top of the SCP Wiki database, and then add the tag musical, and then search for instruments, and you'll find a bunch of stuff like this. Dr. Sherman, is mayonnaise an instrument? I want to tell you, obviously not. But then some internet troll is going to send me a video of somebody playing mayonnaise in a band. And I'm going to be annoyed. So I'm just going to skirt this issue entirely. I blame Aster. Jesus wants me to tell all of you that Jesus loves you, yes, you. But which Jesus, I blame Aster? Which Jesus is it? Because we have 4 in SCP containment. SCP-3305 is bread Jesus, a Jesus made of bread whose blood is wine. SCP-029-J is Uber driver Jesus, the Jesus who, as its name says, works as an Uber driver. There's Vor Jesus, SCP-5991, which is a Jesus that apparates next to you if you eat an entire Bible without condiments, and it swallows you whole, that's the Vor part, and you end up in a Jesus-themed theme park in its stomach. Or, of course, who could forget Milk Jesus, SCP-6542, otherwise known as the playful nickname Cheesus, the Jesus of milk and cheese. There is a lot of Jesuses in containment, or Jezi. So which one are you stepping up right now? It's important to be specific. Purple and the train crew, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Intern Samuel, I'll let you know I have not missed your donation. Yours is the next one in line. I just make sure to get a couple regular chats in as well to cover my bases. And now Samuel, there you are. Thank you for donating again. Researching vampire virus to release into the world. Stop it. Stop it. Do not spread vampire plagues across the land. Do not curse them with the undead. So much cleanup. Rose Lady, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a hoagie on your way past the commissary. Here for the commissary food. Well, there you go. Enjoy it. Infinite Dragon, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some roast lamb on your way past the commissary. Puppet Boy, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a turkey leg on your way past the commissary. Bread Jesus is the best Jesus, of course. Well, if you're into bread and wine and being mimetically stuck into a cult-worshipping bread Jesus, then yeah, I guess that's fine. I'm more partial to Uber driver Jesus because you can utilize his anomalous abilities without being enthralled. Honestly, I like avoiding cognitive hazards if I can. Hey Doc, couldn't join sooner because I was taking my dog on a walk. What'd I miss? You didn't miss too much. It's a standard coffee break. I've got a bit of a headache. Only part of that is certain members of chat's fault. You know who you are. Ugh. But other than that, we're just hanging out. We are 12 minutes from the end of stream, and I just realized I haven't even done ClassicCon, baby! ClassicCon, that's right. It's still going on. The voting is happening. What is ClassicCon? ClassicCon is the current contest on the SCP Wiki. They are writing Series 1 style articles for this contest. Less than 1,000 words, limited formatting and pictures, has to be somewhat spooky or scary related. So, we're going to enjoy ourselves a short and sweet ClassicCon entry before I wrap up today. Let's hope we get another one of the quality of prize people. Wouldn't that be nice? Reaching into ClassicCon to pick out a random article is kind of like opening a prize people. All right, I picked where I am. Now I'm scrolling my mouse. And here we go. The tagline is, oh no. This one doesn't have a tagline, but it's hover text. Oh no. No. Why? SCP-7561. Its code name, Tongue Stealers. Tongue Stealers, no. There is no content warning, but this picture is horrifying. I'm going to open this with this picture. You have until I am back on screen to hide. Because it's a... Oh, no. No. Why? Why? No. No, the tongue stealers. Oh, God. All right. Let's find out about the tongue stealers. Item number SCP-7561. Object class Euclid. No correction. It is now Keter. Special containment procedures. Juvenile instances of SCP-7561 found within human hosts are to be removed and incinerated. Fully matured instances of SCP-7561 are to be removed by surgical means. All individuals who have made close contact with infected individuals are to be quarantined and monitored for no less than a week. Additionally, personnel interacting with SCP-7561 instances or its hosts are to be fitted with Class C, correction, Class A hazmat suits. So we weren't careful enough. We weren't careful enough. Description. SCP-7561 is a species of mesoparasitic isopod that have an elliptical, flattened, segmented body covered in a tough exoskeleton. Footnote. Mesoparasitism refers to a specific type of parasitic relationship where the parasite lives partly embedded in the host. Whilst highly similar to Cymotheo exigua, or footnote, tongue-eating louse, a species exclusively preying on fish, SCP-7561 has adapted to the specific conditions of the human mouth. Transmission of SCP-7561 occurs via ova-bearing airborne particles from the infected host, or from oral contact with the infected host. Should an ovum reach the individual's tongue, it will hatch after approximately 24 hours. The newly hatched instance of 7561 will latch onto and feed on its host's tongue, whilst also releasing a strong localized anesthetic in its saliva. Juvenile instances of 7561 will measure only 5 millimeters in length, making detection of 7561 in early stages difficult. SCP-7561 slowly grows as it consumes its host's tongue. After about a week, 7561 will reach the lingual artery, by which point its length will roughly match that of the human of the section of the tongue it is consumed. By this point, the damage caused by 7561's feeding is irreversible. The remaining upper tongue will begin to die of necrosis as 7561's feeding disrupts blood flow. At this point, the host will begin to feel moderate pain and discomfort despite the anesthetic. This last sentence is crossed out, and it says C7561-01 addendum. So by this stage, removal without complex surgical intervention is near impossible due to the strength by which SCP-7561 is attached to the remnants of the tongue. 7561 then begins to siphon off nutrients from the host's dietary intake, which are used to produce eggs later expelled in the host's saliva. Now addendum 7561-1. SCP Department of Health mandatory checkup results. On the 23rd of September 2024, the head researcher on 7561, Dr. Marion, was discovered as being infected with a SCP-7561 instance during a standard dental checkup at Site-95 office for staff health and well-being. Dr. Marion had been entirely unaware of this. Site-95's head of biosecurity, Dr. Cooper, subsequently ordered all staff assigned to 7561 to be quarantine tested for infection. Attached below are the results. Head researcher Marion, infected. Assistant head researcher Freeman, infected. Researcher Shepard, infected. Researcher Whitehead, infected. Researcher Norman, infected. Assistant researcher Osborne, infected. Assistant researcher Lawrence, infected. Containment engineer Owens, infected. Contact tracing revealed the SCP-7561 research team was the origin of a significant number of infections. 13 family members had been infected as a result of contact with infected members of the 7561 research team. Further testing of Site-95 personnel revealed 23 additional cases of 7561 infections. None of these infected staff have been involved in testing or research with 7561. Analysis of the 7561 specimens that had infected the research team indicate that 7561 has rapidly evolved over only a few generations. Notable changes include the production of a more concentrated local anesthetic that prevents any pain for the entire duration of 7561's feeding. New generations of 7561 have also adapted in their appearance and now convincingly imitate human tongues. Update, July 12, 2014. Further contact tracing also revealed that at least 2 cases of SCP-7561 infection of Foundation staff beyond Site-95. Thanks, I hate it. 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 Thanks, thanks, I hate it. Thanks, I hate it. Thanks, I hate it. Oh, that was. Okay, Patrick 07, SCP author. You get my upvote. You earned it by horrifying me with your tongue parasites. Ugh. Take my upvote and leave. Exactly, Chester Factory. Thank you. Ugh. Yes, you get an upvote, but I'm not happy about it. All right. I got some donos to catch up on, I see. Chaos Goblin Dogs, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a chew toy on your way past the commissary. Hey, Dr. Sherman, may I bite SCP-729-J, please? Yes. Approved. As someone who personally freaked out by parasites, I absolutely despise this. It's so neat. The way it rapidly evolved to match the human tongue, gross. Agreed, Puppet Boy, agreed. At least on the gross. And also, yes, parasites are awful. I agree with all of this. Samuel, thank you for donating again. Sneak's last slice of Meat Lover's Pizza. Well, I'll have to get some from the next box. Do we have like 2 Sanses and an error Sans in chat right now? This multiverse stuff is getting out of hand. And that's me in the Foundation where there is no canon saying that. Chester Factory, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a donut on your way past the commissary. Currently trying to get Grub installed on my Rocky Linux server, where I'm hosting a definitely non-anomalous AI. Ko-Fi wasn't playing nice as well. Ah, that makes sense. Ko-Fi, you know, it's a website. Sometimes they go down or something. Anyways, thank you for donating again, and good luck with your software installs. Rose Lady, thank you for donating again. I see someone let Clef name the site football team. Oh, what's our site football team? What did Clef say? I must have missed that in the general chat. Azarain, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a cruller on your way past the commissary. Can I use 294? I want some Vault, but Coke stopped making it. Oh, I haven't had that in a while. Okay, yeah, that's a good use for that. Although, the thing with 294 is it really gains liquids that exist, and it can make Hopefully it doesn't come up out of range. That's all I'll say. Good luck. Dr. Sherman, have you had a chance to check out the new Superman movie? I'm checking it out this weekend. I'm not a big fan of how the symbol on his chest looks, but I'll give it a chance. Well, Raymond, thank you for what I think is your second donation. Yes, thank you. And I have not, because I've had COVID all weekend. So I am definitely planning on checking out the new Superman movie. I hear it's pretty darn good. I'm excited to see some hope in my superhero movies. Drowsy, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a bowl of Jell-O on your way past the commissary. So one of my coworkers tried sneaking the vodka. They DoorDash vodka, and now your coworker's trying to sneak it up to them? That sounds like they're getting fired. That's woof. Rose Lady, thank you for donating again. Tongue stealers. Oh no. Oh no. Not the tongue stealers. Oh, I need to go to Pittsburgh and burn down their stadium. We can't have this spreading. Foxpax, thank you for your member message, Captain Foxpax. Hey, Dr. Sherman, we got an issue. It appears someone has made some type of military training facility out in the Pacific Ocean. We're looking into it. A military training facility out in the ocean? Yes, please get me the intel. I'm very interested. I would like to know what they're up to. If it's a governmental organization, I'm less worried. That's not our business. But if it's an anomalous group, then I'm very interested. Let me know what's up. If you miss Tongue Stealer, it is a Classicon entry that we read on today's stream, 7561. You can scroll back to check it out. It is creepy as hell. Ugh. Also, I forgot to tell you, but I noticed it. Site 42 staff, you have more likes than viewers. Congratulations on your like button hitting. You have done your duty to draw people into the Foundation fandom so we can turn them into members of Mobile Task Force Sci 42, codename Signal Boosters. And at this point, we are at the end of stream because we are at the hour mark and I need to go rest a little more so that I am up and at 'em for the rest of this crazy week and trip that I'm going on. So, with that, at the end of every stream, as a tradition, I tell you my favorite SCPs. Now, not the SCPs I wrote. That would be cheating to say those were my favorite. But you can see the SCPs I wrote at the Sherm's author page and Site 42 Hub on the SCP Wiki. There, you can see the SCPs that I wrote, as well as some donation links to help out Site 42. You can do monthly donations at Patreon or as a YouTube channel member. You can do singular donations as a YouTube super chat or a Ko-Fi donation. If you are directly donating, then you are helping out Desk and my Discord mods and my editors, Charles and Synth, and we all appreciate you helping us keep the lights on. Meanwhile, if you can't donate because you're part of the broke gang, which, you know, we've all been there. We've all been broke gang before and we'll all be broke gang again. When you go to the grave, you are a broke gang because you have no possessions. And so that's a state of being that we all understand. But as long as you're here as a YouTube watcher, liker of streams, chatter of chats, commenter of comments, if you're doing all that YouTube business, like and share and subscribe, then you are an honored member of Mobile Task Force Sci 42, codename the Signal Boosters. And you are helping with our mission to help out SCP Wiki, the SCP authors and artists and game devs and filmmakers. We as a community need to lift these projects up so more people see them and more people fund them. And so every party in D&D has different specialties. There's the money guys and there's the attention guys. All of you are doing your jobs and I appreciate it greatly. I'm just the site director. It does not work if I'm here alone. It is up to you guys at the end of the day. So with all of that, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and, with a big content warning, SCP-8980. That one's a rough read. Be careful with it. Speed round 3999304308-J, Spooky-J, 503151755320, and 8980. Content warning on the last one. Hunter. The Classicon entry that we read today was SCP-7561, codename Tongue Stealers. So SCP-7561 is today's Classicon entry. Insana Star Chaos, thank you for your first donation right at the last second of stream. Make sure, as well as being a member, make sure to grab yourself a hot toddy on your way past the commissary. I sit between life and death. Lol, I am both. You might want to get that checked out at medical. Meanwhile, Sundymon, thank you for donating again. Welp, I'm still failing. Falling. See you later. The rope will catch up with you. It just takes some time. The rope will catch up. It just takes some time. Huh. Hold on, I'm having a browser error. Okay, I'll save that for later. We're back in business. Hallelujah. Okay. Armed and ready. We got it all together. Cool. All right, we're clear. Okay, I've got all my stuff covered. All bases are set. All donos are covered. You saw nothing. Thank you all for being here today for today's stream. I hope you've had fun. I hope you learned something. As always, I've been Dr. Theron Sherman. Today's Coffee Break, a subsidiary of the Anomalous broadcast from Site 42. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. See you in the next video or stream. Run, tell all of the angels, this could take all night. Think I need a devil to help me get things right. Hook me up a new revolution, 'cause this one is a lie. We sat around laughing and watched the last one die. Now I'm looking to the sky to save me, looking for a sign of life, looking for something to help me burn out bright. I'm looking for a complication, looking 'cause I'm tired of lying. Make my way back home when I learn to fly high.